Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Andrea and I post beauty videos here weekly. So in today's video, I'm going to use the Jaclyn Hill palette to create a tutorial. But in the video, I'm gonna actually use a random number generator. And in the random number generator, it's going to randomly pick which shades I'm going to use in this palette. So since this palette has 35 shades, I'm really excited to see what it's gonna go ahead and pick. All right, you guys, so these are the shadows right here. I went ahead and actually created a cheat sheet and I have them all like listed right here. So I have all the numbers corresponding to the shades. So yeah, let's go ahead and go into it. I'm really excited to try this. I've never done this before and I feel like it's a bit of a challenge to do. So let's go ahead and press generate. Okay guys, I got number 12, which is Get Ready With Me. Okay, I'm actually excited about this because it's a shimmer. It's a neutral shimmer. Let's get on to the next shadow. Okay, picked 11. So right here, the number 11 is Homebody, which is like a very warm brown. I haven't even used that shade yet, so I'm excited to see what it looks like on the eyes. Okay, the next number is 29. So we've done 3 so far. We have another 3 to go. And 29 is Stay True. The next one is 14, which is another neutral shimmer, and this one is Drama Queen. This is so funny. I actually used this shade already on a look and on a tutorial, but I guess we're gonna have to use it again. So we have 4 so far. We still have to pick 2 more. I'm hoping these are gonna be one of the brighter colors. Okay, number 18, and that one is My Man. Okay, I'm so excited about this one because it's a really, really bright neon orange. And the last shade is 1, which is Certified. And that one is the white in it, which I think will be really good just to kind of help everything go together. Alright you guys, I think I'm gonna do 1 more shade and then there will be like 7 shades, but let's just do it for fun. Oh my god, it generated again 11. So it wants me to do Homebody again. Let's do it one more time. I got 21. And this one is Living My Best. Okay, I'm really excited about that because I feel like a lot of people want to see a look with that. Those are all the shades we have to work with. Let's go ahead, jump into it. I think this will be really exciting to do. So I'm going to zoom in the camera a lot. Okay, so with my blending E36 brush, I'm going to pick up Homebody and I'm going to stick that above the crease. I'm going to sort of create a cut crease. That way I can add a whole lot onto my lids. So I'm applying this shade, and if you guys can see right here, like where my crease is, I'm gonna go even above there. And what I'm gonna do is kind of go in the natural shape of my eye. So I'm going to just bring that in, and then you guys will see. I'll show you on camera. So I'm gonna bring that in the middle. What I'm gonna do is go back and forth, shield wiper motions. I have really little bit on my brush because these shadows are just so pigmented, and if you go in with way too much, you're gonna mess up. And then I'm gonna go in very little and just bring it out all the way to here. And this is like in the natural shape of my eye, and I'm just sort of creating an outline. Now this does not need to be perfect because we are going to go in with concealer or the P. Louise base, and we're going to cut out underneath here and sort of create like a cut crease. I'm going to dip back into the palette and add a little bit more of Homebody and just go back and forth and slowly build up that shade. So you guys can see it's just going in the natural shape of my eye. And I'm gonna look down while I do this. So I'm just going to show you guys how to blend it in like different angles. So you might see me go like this, like that. That's probably why my neck hurts all the time doing these videos. So yeah, so I was just gonna show you guys how to do it in different angles. So I'm gonna look down, go back and forth, and you wanna always hold your brush super lightly. I've said this like a million times in my videos, but seriously, you wanna really go in lightly, especially with this type of shadow because it's just so pigmented. And I'm telling you, like I actually used it the other day and I made a mistake because I didn't realize how much pigment is in it. Like you wanna go so slow. I'm not adding any more of Homebody onto the brush. I'm literally just going in with what's left over, and we're just lightly blending that out really lightly. You guys can see I am bringing that into the inner corner of my eye. I'm gonna bring this out all the way right here. Now I'm going to add a little bit more on my brush. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick that right here in the middle part, like and really press it in because I want it to go from like darker to lighter. I want there to be like a nice little blend going on. I'm We're just going to really stick that in and go back and forth. And you guys can see I went pretty high up. That's because I do have hooded eyelids, so I do have to go pretty high up in order for you to see that, especially when I look just straight. So yeah, so all I'm doing right now is just slowly bring this back and forth. It's a little boring, but it's what you gotta do to get a good look. So I'm happy with how it looks. I'm gonna go ahead and pick up my lifetime supply of P. Louise base. We have to do this in this video. I don't know why. I don't know why I have to do that. This to me is one of my favorite brushes to cut the crease. This is a Sigma concealer brush in F70. Right here, we're going to take off a little bit, and it's just gonna help kind of flatten the brush a little bit, which makes it easier to apply. And we're just going in with a little bit. So I have it on my brush right now. I'm going to look down and I'm going to cut the crease. And where I'm going to apply this is like right up here, going like that. And I'm gonna go a little bit more above, and the reason I do that is so that you could kind of still see what the shadows look like even when I'm looking straight. So I'm looking right now and I can already tell that I have to go a little bit higher up with my concealer, so that's usually how I know where I need to go. Just gonna look straight while I do it. When I go to here, I'm going to sort of curve it, just kind of going in the natural way that my eye is shaped, I guess. I've added a little bit more of the base, and now I'm going to start filling it in. Alright you guys, so if you look, I'm looking straight right now, and now you can see the concealer, and that's good because since I have hooded eyelids, it's important for me to see the concealer because that's exactly where the shadows are going to be placed. And what I like to use is use the very tip of the concealer brush to kind of just carve it out. When I get right here, I'm going to create kind of like a big, it's almost like a big wing, but with like concealer. And there we go. So what I do right here is I like to kind of make it curve a little bit. So I have not added any concealer right here, and you can see the obvious difference between the two. So you can see I went pretty high up with the P. Louise base. So I call this line right here like the deep set wrinkle in my eye. So as you guys notice, I did go a little slightly above with the concealer. Whenever I do that, I just like the way my cut crease looks better whenever I do that. Like I go in a little bit higher above that little line right there, so that when I look down and I blink and I'm looking straight, you could still see these shadows that I put on top. So let's go ahead and I'm going to jump into the really, really bright shades, and I'm excited to see what I'm gonna come up with. Alright you guys, I'm picking up this shade right here. It's called Drama Queen. And I'm actually gonna use a brush to do this. Usually I use my fingers, but I just want this to be super precise. And I'm going to add and this brush is really good for picking up like any shimmer. This is a Sigma cream color in E58. Okay you guys, so I'm applying the shade and I'm going to stop right around here. I'm not going to go all over the lid with it at all. We're literally just going into the inner corner, like literally right up to here, and then we'll add the other matte shades. Alright you guys, I'm now going to dip into the palette. Alright you guys, I'm grabbing Living My Best. I'm using a flat shader brush like this. And I'm going to bring Living My Best all the way to right here. And what's going to go at the end right here is Stay True. Okay you guys, so at first when you apply Living My Best, you kind of get a little bit of that hint of that light pink, but when you layer it the second time, you definitely get that true red. Okay, you guys, so if you see on my eyes, it does look a little weird right now because we're going from like a light shimmer shade to like a super bright red. So I'm gonna go in with Certified now, and I'm going to add a little bit of that white right into this area right here so that we have a gradient going on. So I have Certified on my brush right now, and I'm adding that right here. So you guys can see instantly that turned into a pink. And I just used the same brush, but I flipped the other side to get the clean side. And right there, we're getting a light pink. Alright, you guys, so now we have a gradient going on. I'm gonna go in now with Stay True and finish it up. I'm picking up Stay True and I'm using this tiny little brush. This is a short shader Sigma brush. So I have Stay True right here on my brush. I'm going to add that right here, right next to Living My Best. Notice how I created a sharp line right here. There you go, that's all you're gonna do. And don't worry about this being perfect. I can just go in with concealer or makeup remover wipe and just clean that up. So don't worry about that being super perfect. And with this shade, you gotta build it up. You gotta dip back into the palette multiple times to kind of build it up. So yeah, so just make sure this is looking really, really pigmented. I'm not gonna lie, with Stay True, it's such a nice shade, but you do have to build it up multiple times to really get it to be this deep plummy color. So that's what I'm doing. I'm just kind of building it up and just sort of going like this and brushing it on, making sure that it looks really, really blended and there's no patchiness or anything. So let's go ahead and do the same thing to the other eye. I actually like how it's coming out. Like I said, you want to start with creating that sharp line because that's going to make it really easy to sort of fill it in after. So I'm bringing a flat definer brush to kind of clean up this area underneath. It actually looks pretty good. Like I feel like I don't really need to do much, but I am going to add a little bit of P. Space on the brush and just sort of clean up underneath here just to make it look super clean and sharp. Okay, you guys, so I'm going to go in with My Man. I like totally even forgot that I was supposed to use this shade. I'm going to use a pencil brush and alright guys, I'm gonna go in with My Man and just apply that into the lower lash line. Alright, I'm grabbing this small tiny little brush right here and I'm picking up Get Ready With Me, GRWM. This is actually from the Jaclyn Hill and Morphe set. This is JH42 and we're going to add that into the inner corner. Hey everyone, so this is what it looks like with just mascara on. I think it looks pretty good. I might go in with false lashes, but I just want to mention that I went in with a clean blending brush. Well, now it's not clean anymore, but I did go in with a clean blending brush and I just sort of cleaned up this area up here just because I kind of wanted to diffuse it a little bit more, and I also went in here as well. Make this look really, really nice and kind of take off a little bit of that brown. I'm going in with these lashes and I like them because the band is pretty thin. Alright you guys, this is the final look. I went ahead and put on false lashes. I haven't worn them in a long time, so it feels a little weird. I'm gonna go ahead and do close-ups as always. Alright you guys, this is the final look with lashes on. I decided to zoom out so you guys could see what the full look looks like. On my lips, I'm wearing the Dose of Colors lip gloss and Spill the Deets. So yeah, that is what I have on my lips right now. I just went ahead and zoomed out so you guys can see a little bit better. I'm gonna go ahead and do some close-ups like I always do in my eye tutorials. Make sure to subscribe. I do post weekly beauty videos, and turn on your post notifications so that you can be notified for every time that I post.